好的，那各位，我们再来是13:40的议程，一样是由 OSPA in Japan 他们所带来的，将会是由小笠原德彦先生所带来的jOpenDocument Restarting the ODF Manipulation Java Library After a 7-year Inactiveness。那小笠原先生呢是基本上他是在 LibreOffice 跟 Ubuntu 这一类的自由软体里面有投注相当大的心力在他的私人的时间。那他也是在日本的一些日本的 security vendor 做工作这样子。那我们接下来in this session Naruhiko Ogasawara-san will present the topic about jOpenDocument Restarting the ODF Manipulation Java Library after a 7-year inactiveness. And Naru-san is responsible for developing security solutions for customers. And in private life, he's also interested in desktop-based force technology such as LibreOffice and Ubuntu. And let's welcome Naru-san.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nariko Osara from Japan. My talk is jOpenDocument Restarting the ODF Manipulation Java Library after 7 years hiatus. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Nariko Ogasawara. In Chinese or Japanese way, so Ogasawara is my family name and Naruhiko is my first name. I'm just Frost lovers, one of the Frost lovers from Japan, mainly LibreOffice, Ubuntu, Selenium, Jenkins, or something else. And I'm an employee of the security vendor in Japan. I always developed internal tools like report generation system or else. And so I also handle the new service about the DevSecOps. Anyway, so today's agenda. So we, first of all, I will introduce about ODF, OpenDocument Format, and jOpenDocument. And so second, I will talk about the motivation of this modernization. And so we have 3 topics, and one is so Mavenization, Maven rights, and publish for devs of for new libraries. Second topic is some make test run and success. Third one is a continuous integration on GitHub project. Last one is conclusion. Okay, go ahead. Okay, so I just talking about the ODF and jOpenDocument first. Maybe you may know the OpenDocument format, but so let me into some overviews. Here is a link of the OpenDocument format, but so unfortunately it seems dead like at this time. But so I hope this will come back soon. Anyway, so OpenDocument format is a real international standard file format for document productive suite. This is standardized by OASIS, and So this is the Open Document Format for Application TC. TC means Technical Committee. And this is also the standard of the ISO IEC 2630. And this is the native format of LibreOffice, and this predecessor OpenOffice.org. And not only the LibreOffice, but also any other software can use it thanks of open standard. For example, Microsoft Office read and write open document format, and also Google Drive can also support. And so ODF is very simple and human readable and easy to machine manipulate zipped XML. It is very easy to modify or read something else by human or by machine. And this is also the keep up with the evolution of the application. It means LibreOffice. If LibreOffice has some new feature, so we LibreOffice guys improve the standard of the open document format. So this is the this means a real standard. Anyway. And so ODF has a rich ecosystem. So manipulation libraries. You can find a lot of open document format libraries via GitHub. And there should be several libraries available in your favorite programming language. For example, C, C++, PHP, Perl, Ruby, Python, and Go, something else. Of course, if you can't find a suitable library for your favorite language, you can develop your own library because ODF is so simple. Just unzip the file and read XML and manipulate something and then back to the zip again. It's very easy. So we use we prefer the ODF as a PDF generation system. For example, so we have some database like that, and so we have some document template, and so we are some product document system can be read to both of the database and the template. So it automatically generates ODF. Then, so it can be automatically converted to the PDF, or so someone, for example, the human. Some human being can operate, edit this document, ODF document by LibreOffice, then they can publish the PDF. This is what we are doing every day. So our choice is a jOpenDocument. We are the software testing. We are the security testing vendor, so we have to generate lots of the tons of the reports. It's mentioned so our vulnerability testing result. So we choose a jOpenDocument. This is a well template handling with a dedicated extension. And this is also open source under GPL v3 license. And this is a Java library, but it's very simple and useful APIs. But unfortunately, a little bit old. This is the latest release is at 12.14, but still useful. So we use this day by day. But so this talk is so I already mentioned last year. Anyway, so if you want to know the technical detail, please check this talk later. Anyway, so motivation. I want to talk about the motivation of this modernization. As as I said, we are happy with the jOpenDocument and so Scala and Java, JVM functional languages. But uh, again, I have to say it's a bit old. Latest release at 2014. This is 7 years before ago, 7 years ago, and we have some technical concerns. For example, jOpenDocument has lack of ODF 1.3. This is a new standard of current LibreOffice version 7.0 or later, and this can't support read or write ODF 1.3, and also this will not work new JDK near future. If I run this library on the JDK 8 or JDK 11, this works still works, but there are lots of this is deprecated. You don't have to use this or something. So, but our business has strongly depends on it as jOpenDocument. So, and this is we know we have a lot of the good alternative of the Java libraries, but it is very hard to migrate to other libraries. So I think open source rule, we always have the right to fork them. So if no one can solve our problem, we can solve it by ourselves. This is the open source power, open source importance. So I decided to modernize jOpenDocument with modern build system, modern development process, modern library dependencies, or something else. Yeah, this is our motivation. Anyway, so this is my personal project, not my business project. If my boss says, okay, you can do it as a business, so I can work a lot about this project. But this is at this time, this is just my hobby. Anyway, so first of all, so we are talking about Mavenize and publish for developers. Yeah, jOpenDocument is a very old library, and they use Ant. Ant is a Java build system, very good old days, but so honestly, I don't know Ant so much. So I don't want to run Ant in nowadays. So I decided to migrate from Ant to Maven from the archived source file into the modern Git repository. And all dependencies should manage the as text file in Maven pom.xml. And so in Ant, these kind of the dependencies that jar files. So this is not a current way, a modern way. So we have to switch to the dependency should be the manager as a text. So I'm not so good Java engineer because I joined Java world after the Gradle IntelliJ IDEA era. So I don't know the lots of things about the Ant or Maven or several very old Java C compiler or something. So this is my way to the migrate and to Maven. First of all, so I love the IntelliJ idea. So I create a new Maven project by IntelliJ idea. This is nothing important things, but so well defined POM XML schema. So so I checked all jar repositories in Maven Central via search maven.org. Sometimes by file name. It can be very easy, but sometimes this is quite hard to use a very short file name or something. So sometimes I have to check the package name taken from the unzipped jar file. Most of all find in the Maven Central. So I put these information in the POM XML dependencies tag. And so I add some extra plugin, for example, Surefire plugin or Sources plugin or something else. So I can create the package with a source file and check if it works well. In Intelligent IDEA, so we have Maven pane, which allows all tasks without a local Maven install. I don't want to install Maven into my own environment. So this is quite important. And so at first use package to create the Java file. Then I add into my small example project. Luckily, it works in one shot. And I want to publish to the developers. So in the GitHub repository here, and also Jetpack. Jetpack is a very powerful service. It can be published jar or GitHub public repo like as Maven repository. So we can refer this jar file via POM XML or build SPT or build Gradle or something else. It's a very powerful and so quite nice service. So my sample project is this, and this also runs well. Yeah. Okay, then next I will talk about the test. Now we are living on the 21st century, so everyone knows don't trust software without automated tests. Some software previous devs, previous jOpenDocument devs, they thought same things. So there are some automated unit tests in the source repo, but of course in Untitled, it means they are mixed into the one source directory, not separated with the product code itself. So I have to separate the test code and the product code. This is some Maven policy. In Maven, we should put all test Java files into the source test Java, and also the resource file should be put into the source main or test resources. Yeah, this should be compiled Maven way, or so Gradle, SBT, something as modern build system, not AND or IB or something else. we have source and main and test, and the main the Java and the resources. Also test also have a Java and resources or something else. Okay, test runs, but a lot of red and yellow. I mean the fail, something fails, something's error detected or something. A lot of red line. This is a quite nice than starting point, but at this time it's not good. I mean, yeah, some reasons to fail the test. One is resource loading path. In unto error, so we just put a resource and source files same directory, so get sorry, so Java code can read the resource, but in Maven era we have to write absolute path. And at this time, the schema validation feature for React NG doesn't work. This is a quite a big point. So XML plus Java is a very powerful, but this is my weak point. So if you are strongness, you have strongness about this, so please send me a pull request to fix it. But I will try to solve by myself. Anyway, some text has been blocked a long time. For example, this is without concern about non-French environment because jOpenDocument developed by the French guys. So I cannot say fixed all of tests, but I make them success. What I mean is of course, I fix some references to resources. This is quite easy. Just grep to the get resource something and fix them. And so ignore some test. For example, Redux NG test related. I know this is the fundamental, so I should avoid this test, but this should be my big homework. Anyway, and so some already broken tests. Of course I want to fix them also, but so this is another homework. Okay, and looks every test good, but this doesn't mean that this code quality is good. But so I want to move on other step, continuous integration. This is the third topic. Good old days. So there are many CI software and services. For example, Jenkins. For example, Visual Studio Team Service. For example, Bamboo, Circle CI, Travis CI, Worker, or something else. I love to use Jenkins, but I know this is already a Jenkins era. If I will publish open source software to GitHub Action is a considerable choice. So I want to try. This is my first tryout, so I cannot talk the technical detail about this, but so they provide the rich doc and sample repo, and of course Java Maven sample is included. So this is very easy. I just put some files into our repo. Quite easy. This is a YAML file, and this has a declarative syntax. Not only writing some code, for example Java or JavaScript or something. I just declare some important things, and it is very easy to add multiple action into one repository. And at this time, I only have just 2 toy actions in there. So because of my laziness, I cannot divide the lots of times to do that. Conclusion. Now I'm rebooting a Java library jOpenDocument after 7 years hiatus with modern development scheme, GitHub, GitHub Actions, unit testing, or something else. This indicated the powers of open source. If we have some interest about the very old days open source software, we can fork it and so improve it. This is the power of open source. It just started to work, but still ton of homeworks. And if you have strengths of Java and XML and love to manipulate Office documents like XML by like ODF by code, please join me. Questions? Okay. Thanks.
Hi, and thank you for sharing from Naru-san. And due to a technical issue, Naru-san cannot share his camera, but he still will discuss with us by voice. And let's see any questions from Slido. I think not yet, but I have a person. I have some question from myself. As you mentioned, this project has restarted this project. And if for any newcomers, do you have any suggestions for them, like how to what kinds of topic, what kinds of issue you want to solve first, and what kind of interesting issue, interesting topic, interesting feature you want to add? Any suggestions for newcomers for this open source project?